Hello and welcome to A Slice of Pie, the semi-weekly news show that we do on this channel. You might say it's bi-weekly. So, I hope you guys have been having a good week. Let's kind of talk about some stuff going on the channel. For one, my Twitter is actually going to be in use. I intend to post extra content in that form factor because I just cannot do it on YouTube. They didn't make the basic features of short form content available to all people on the platform. It's really just like an invitation only type thing right now. So I'm gonna end up having to actually use my Twitter account, make sure I can log into that, and yeah, we're gonna start doing some stuff on there. It's at WolfiePie, and I'm gonna just leave the handle inside the description. I'm gonna do some stuff to work on that. On top of that, we're actually shooting 2 more videos after this one today about Mario Kart. And those are hopefully gonna go up next week and be awesome. So look forward to that. You may have noticed I dropped a surprise video on Monday about the Raspberry Pi, the Steam Link, and using your phone as a Steam Link. That video was really fun to do. I do have some extra information to drop on that video. I did find out later that you can create a console command so that the Steam Link app actually opens when the software kicks in, like once you boot the Raspberry Pi. And when you do that, it actually makes it look a lot like a normal Steam Link, which makes me think that there is probably some sort of an ARM processor or Raspberry Pi variant underneath the hood on that Steam Link. I digress though. It's actually a really cool video if you want to look into it. It actually does kind of talk a little bit about turning a Raspberry Pi into a Steam Link. If you guys need a full tutorial later, let me know. But that pretty much covers all the housekeeping stuff that we're doing on the channel for the next 2 weeks. Let's talk about some other content because we actually have a lot. So I briefly mentioned Mario Kart earlier, and we're actually getting an update to Mario Kart Tour really soon. It's the Halloween update. It should actually be dropping tonight, since it does say that there's a day left on the current tour. So that update's most likely going through soon. And in that update, we are getting King Boo, Luigi, another King Boo, other Luigi, King Boo again, and Mercy. And we're also getting the pinball, Waluigi's Pinball, and the Ghost House / Luigi's Mansion course. Both I'm excited to see. I actually really do like Rosalina's witch costume. It does have a striking resemblance to Mercy's witch costume, which I guess it's just because they're both white haired, hair swoopy people. It works. It just works. So that's all coming to Mario Kart Tour. As controversial as that game is, it is getting a lot of content and it is fairly interesting. So yeah, that is all happening, and yeah. Speaking of Halloween stuff, Halloween Luigi's Mansion 3 does come out. It's coming out for the same $59.99, so $60. But you do get double coins if you buy it digitally within the first few weeks of its release. Which does make it a little bit better because if you get double the coins on the purchase, then you can actually use those towards another purchase. I've got $10 in coins already saved up, so I could actually knock it down to $50. And I'm probably gonna play it day 1 because I like Luigi's Mansion. And I'm considering actually playing it for the channel, but I don't know if you guys even like Let's Plays anymore. So, with all of that rambling done, let me know if you guys want me to play Luigi's Mansion 3 on the channel. And if I get no response, I'll see how I feel once I start up the game. So this is an interesting story. AMD might have ray tracing support soon on their graphics cards. The funny thing is, I've already talked about AMD having ray tracing support already through Radeon Rays. That is because through the developer site, it's been there forever. It's actually been in the AMD driver suite for a very long time. I've actually used AMD ray tracing in Blender renders because there's actually a way to do that. So the fact that it's coming is not really that surprising to me. In fact, actually, it wasn't even news to me. I knew it existed already, and I had already utilized it, and I knew it could be done in real time. So why is this news? Well, it's only news because a bunch of other people have just found out, and it's actually really funny that something that's actually been common knowledge and not even a secret became newsworthy because some people reported on it. I just thought that story was funny, so I'm just throwing that out. Google Stadia and negative latency. Oh my god, this is oh boy. So if Google can throw out as many buzzwords as they want in a single presentation, they will. So essentially how they are saying negative latency will work is it will predict your actions and take action before the input reaches the server proper. Now that sounds kind of dumb, to be completely honest. Predicting human behavior is difficult, and any and all latency in that scenario will actually create a complete disjointed effect. Now, this could be happening in the millisecond, but let's be completely honest, this does not sound like it's going to work without a hitch. I actually, as I said, did a video about the Steam Link, which allows you to stream inside your home network, and even that has a small amount of latency. And over gigabit, it's very little. It's impressive, but I really don't see how predicting the player's actions are going to affect how it's perceived and played, because if there's a problem with that prediction, which there will be, the player may have just done a sharp turn to the left and the character's still going forward, which would actually make the lag problem worse. So negative latency, it actually sounds like it's probably a lot of hype and not a lot of substance. I don't think anybody in the tech gaming community thinks that it's going to work. I forgot to mention this inside the Nintendo segment. Nintendo has sold 15 million Nintendo Switches in the US alone. That is impressive, because the Wii U certainly didn't do that. I had a Wii U. I love the Wii U. It's sad to see that that console never did anything like that. But the fact that there are that many Nintendo Switches is a good thing for Nintendo. It means that their ecosystem really is fairly large, and that kind of explains why they got games like Overwatch on the Nintendo Switch and Witcher on the Nintendo Switch. Speaking of which though, Overwatch for the Switch runs like crap. It runs pretty bad. I don't know how it runs bad, because let's be honest, Paladins works just fine, and visually Overwatch is only slightly shinier than Paladins. I don't know what engine Blizzard uses, but it must not be one that can be optimized as heavily for the mobile processor. I digress though. It is kind of sad to see, because I was kind of looking forward to Overwatch on the Switch so that I could take my gold status over there and be like, ha 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 ha, I know Blizzard will keep you guys separated. So yeah, I digress though. Kind of sad to see. Though, speaking of Blizzard, we know BlizzCon might be a problem this year because, well, let's face it, we're going to see more than a couple of Maze with Eye patches, Winnie the Poohs, and really just any number of demonstrations at BlizzCon, mainly due to how they've been acting. But the announcements at BlizzCon might have been muffled by Blizzard's actions. Rumor has it that we're going to actually see an Overwatch related announcement, which could be an Overwatch update, could be Overwatch 2, could be an Overwatch side game, and unfortunately I have a very good feeling that whatever they announce is immediately going to be essentially hated on because of how closely the announcement is coming to their actions. There's also supposed to be the new Diablo, but I'm pretty sure the name Diablo is pretty much cursed at this point. Again, through Blizzard's own actions, so yeah. Though, speaking of companies releasing tons of content for existing games, Riot Games, they went off the deep end. Now, I personally have never played League of Legends, and I have no intention to play League of Legends. I do know that there is a stupidly large number of characters in League of Legends. Which is why when they said they're making a fighting game, an RTS, a first-person shooter, and all of these other, I think a card game, when they said that, I'm like, yeah, with as many characters as you have, you could easily make that a thing. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting. They're taking one IP and spinning it off almost as many times as Mario's been spun off into sports games. It's weird. Granted, we've never had the Mario first-person shooter, but give it time. Actually, Splatoon was supposed to be originally, or it was thought of to be a Mario game, and then they were like, no, we're gonna keep the Inklings, which is probably better because the Inklings are actually, they're different, and different is good. And rabbits don't count because that really isn't a real shooter. It is an RTS though, so Mario has been an RPG, an RTS, a racing game, a baseball game, a soccer game, wow. This can go on forever, can't it? Let's just stop there. Let's round this out with some negativity. So, do you remember that really weird render of a PS5 dev kit? It's real, and it's bizarre. I'm not gonna lie, that shape is fairly unique, but as a PC gamer, I actually could see some benefit to that weird shape. Those weird columns actually make a lot of sense for their dev kit because that could fit a full-size GPU in it, and that would make it easier to do things. But that shape, although probably not going to be the shape of the actual PS5, it is interesting. It shows that AMD hasn't fully created the chips for the PlayStation yet, because the shape of that dev kit is to accompany a full GPU and cool it. Like, that is entirely where that is, and I'm pretty sure that that's a tower cooler on the other side as well. That or some sort of a reservoir combo type thing. Essentially, it's beefy, but it's pretty cool actually, and dorky looking, and I get it. But if the PlayStation 5 actually looks like that, I would be surprised because that is pretty much a PC. Granted, if the angle for the PlayStation 5 is that it looks wonky like this so that you could upgrade it, that might actually be kind of cool. If you just bought a Google Pixel 4, be careful with your face unlock, because unfortunately it works with your eyes closed. Now, the big fear is that while you're sleeping, someone could unlock your phone using your face. There really is no good reason that the feature is currently disabled. Google is actually putting out a fix, but at the same time, yeah, it really shouldn't have shipped with that feature offline. Razer has released their gaming monitor, their 27-inch 1440p 144Hz refresh rate monitor. And it's also HDR and has a very high pixel accuracy. Problem is, it is $700. $700 for a gaming monitor at 1440p is very steep. The ROG monitors are a little bit cheaper. Like, I get it, HDR is a big thing, and the panel is impressive, but you can get just as much spec for less. I actually did a quick Google search on Amazon, or quick Google search. I actually did a quick Amazon search after I saw the price tag, looked up a 1440p 144Hz 27-inch monitor, and found several monitors under $500. Now, of course, a color accurate display is a good thing, but Razer is a gaming company. Meaning color accuracy doesn't make as much sense. They really should have cut it down a little bit and had essentially a product stack that incorporated a gaming focused monitor, a productivity focused monitor, because they've actually already divided the Razer blades into a productivity and a gaming focused version. Like there's a new Razer Blade out. It's like $4,000, but it has a Quadro in it. It's not for gaming, it's for productivity, it's for development, it's for all of the like heavy stuff that I wanted to do on my Razer Blade, but I'm not really willing to pay $400 for it. But I digress. Razer knows how to segment their product line properly, yet this monitor is just way too expensive. I actually was considering it because it looked cool, but at that price, I think I'm gonna go with the Asus or the Acer monitors at 1440p, 144 hertz, because I moved up to 1440p, there's no going back after that. So, I digress. Razer, you're tripping. I'll either wait for that monitor to go on sale, because like, that's another thing. If it's a productivity monitor, you're going to be buying 2 of them, or 3 of them. And that costs more than your PC. Or sometimes costs more than your PC. I mean, it doesn't cost more than my PC, but it still costs more than your PC. Razer, why do you do this? All right, finally, let's end on some positive news. Pokemon. Now, this is a note. Long cat meows. That's all I gotta say. Long cat meows. So Dynamaxes have started to become new Mega Evolutions in a way, which is kind of what I thought they were gonna do, to be completely honest. I think I said it a while back that Megas weren't balanced. This game's Dynamax feature appears to have some sort of balance to it, and so we actually got an announcement of a like Mega Charizard looking thing that is a Dynamax form, and we also got Long Cat Meowth, which is a Dynamax form, and then OG Pikachu and OG Eevee, which are Dynamax forms, and then they just, I love them. They are the perfect level of adorable and nostalgia. So yeah. Stupid, but amazing. So with that, we're going to wrap up. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, you can leave a like, comment, scribble all over that subscribe button. And I will see you next week. Not with this video, but with another type of video. Wolfie